Hello and welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio and our coverage of round 3 in the Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup. Tonight we have 4 races at Interlagos in store for you as we continue this very competitive championship. And David, so far it has been a very competitive championship. We've had different winners in each of our 3 driver divisions so far this season. And I'd say two very different pecking orders between the first 2 rounds. First round, I think, was a little bit of a surprise who we saw at the top. I think round 2, particularly with the SDK esports drivers, it was sort of more back to what we anticipated before the season started.
Yeah, the first couple of races seemed really strong. Obviously, we knew this would be like this. The pro category is absolutely stacked with animals. And we've got a really fun team element with SDK and Impulse. Obviously, teammate checker as well there. Teammate checkmate. Team checkmate. Third time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited for this race. One of my favourite tracks, this one. So I'm hoping it's going to be a really fun race. But yeah, very competitive. It's wide open. Like you say, in the first race, we couldn't call who would be at the front. Liska's looked absolutely rocking in qualifying, but not really had a teammate in those races to help fight I think it was 36 AZ cars. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, approximately that number, yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited for this round.
We've got a few new drivers for this event as well. We've got Michał Sikorsky, who we're familiar with from the TC Championship. Remember, he was an AM, was so good they've got put in the Pro-Am, so he'll be racing in the... he'll be racing in the AMs actually for today. He's not been put in the Pro-Ams. So we'll see how he can cope with this Porsche Cup car. We've got Ethan Grossman. We've got Lucas Telman. Great to see him back. He's part of the team that you were mentioning before, Team Checkmate. That is cool to see him back. Of course, very successful GT3 driver. And we've also got Brian Scollieri, the Uruguayan driver who is in the Pro-Am. So watch out for those drivers in particular. But in terms of the drivers at the top of the championship, in the pros, at the moment, we have got David Toth, just 3 points clear, but it is so close. It was Toth who managed to win the second round of the championship. He won both his heats, the A final, and he took pole position as well. And despite a bit of an underwhelming round 1, where he just wasn't really on the pace, he has got to the summit.
Yeah, and David Toft didn't have the strongest first round, if I believe, because he's our resident 10K driver that just seemed off it in the first race. Yeah, that's good news with the new drivers. There's some great additions there.
In the Pro-Ams, it's been very mixed up. Paweł Gebski with a 79 points and a 68 points, so he was 3rd in the first round. I think it was about 6th in the second round, but that's still enough for him to be at the top of the standings because no one else has really been able to have 2 consistent rounds. We had Frank Porter Ruiz, who won the first round, wasn't around for the second round, and then Gurgo Gazer won the second round, but he had a bit of a weak first round. So it's very open in that championship. And in the AMs, it's not a million miles away from that either. Lean Weigel, again, not winning either the first 2 rounds of the championship, but he's got around 100 points as it stands.
Yeah, and just coming back to those Pro-Ams, let's not forget this 5 low 6K group.
Yeah.
It's very stacked. It's easy to think, oh, Pro-Ams, 3Ks. No, this is where I would be.
Yeah, the cutoff is 4K to 6.3K.
That's insane.
There's 19 drivers above 6.3K.
Yeah,
it's
insane.
Like ridiculously stacked is this series. A lot of people, it's basically the tier down from like the regional Porsche Cup series, and even some countries don't have that, so take it very seriously.
Plan on this today, identifying my Hungarian and my Italian better. Yep. So they're from Hungarian, but they drive with an Italian livery.
Well, we do have Salvatore Lane and Matteo Hapaccia from Italy.
Yep.
So you can't be calling them in Hungarian.
I'll do my best.
That's the only thing.
I will do my best.
So watch out for that. We've also got the Teams Championship. No surprise who's at the top of that. Albeit they weren't at the top. Well, maybe it is a surprise because it's the Academy team. So it's the Esports Academy. But honestly, if you look at their drivers...
Yeah, they're Academy drivers.
They've got a 10K driver who's in the Academy.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm not sure what the logic with the naming there is.
Yeah.
But maybe... I'm not sure what the logic was. Impulse in 2nd, and the other SDK Esports team in 3rd. Those 3 will run away with the championship. Albeit with Telman now part of Team Checkmate, they might stand a chance. But I'm not familiar with Tellman in the Porsche Cups. Of course, we've seen him loads in the GT3s, but I cannot remember him in the Porsche Cups. So
I don't remember him when I broadcasted because that was with Corey and Hammer. I don't remember. Yeah.
So we'll see.
But he's going to be fast. We've seen him drive LMP2. We've seen him drive GT3. He's not going to be slow. He's going to be rapid.
Exactly. Let's have a reminder of our calendar for this season. The round 5, 6, and 7 have not been 100% confirmed yet, but you can check out the first few weeks of the Porsche Cup series over on the Porsche Cup forums, and that will be there because we'll follow the calendar for that, the official series calendar. I think I did actually write them down. I think round 5 will be Zolder, round 7 will be Bathurst, but round 6 is to be decided. It's a wildcard round because it's meant to be Interlagos, but we're going to Interlagos today.
So
we can't go to Interlagos again. But no, it can't be Imola because it's not the last round.
Ah,
so no.
close.
If it was, then
yeah,
it'd be a no-brainer. But yeah, unfortunately, no. So we'll see what is put in that one. For our race format tonight, it's our last, for now, heat format. Next week we've got an endurance format with the hour-long races. But yeah, back to the Heat 1, Heat 2 Consolation final. And I think last time out, it was the way that the teammates worked with one another, which was really decisive. I think particularly when it comes to these shorter races.
Yeah, I love this format. Always something to fight for. And obviously you never know if you're going to get your teammate in which heat to work together. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the... I really enjoy this format.
And the weather for today, there's not going to be any rain. It's fairly cool as well, considering that it's Interlagos. But obviously they're on the other side of their southern hemisphere, so this is their winter right now.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Now I know.
I
was telling them. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Well, I think it's easy to forget that summer is different in other places.
Yeah.
Other people have different climates.
Yeah.
So it's currently cooler at the moment.
But you know, you're right. It's very rare to race on a cold Interlagos track.
Exactly.
Slush.
Yeah. And in terms of our predictions, I have got... I'm not sure if these predictions are correct for me, but because I think I may have gone for something else. But and the reason why I point this out, and rather than just flowing with it, is because I really want to get as many points as I possibly can.
What's your picks?
So my picks were David Toth, because he won last time out, Frank Porto Ruiz, who wasn't around last week, but he did win round 1, and Daniel Patterson in the AMs.
Okay, yeah, strong choices. My picks, he's got mine.
Let's see if...
No. All right, let me grab my picks. My picks were in the pros. I have gone for Liska. I know it's been an uphill battle with... He's got the qualifying pace, like hands down, 1 lap pace, absolute rock star, but against all those Hungarian liveries, it's very difficult indeed. In the prams, I've gone for Kim Andre Bjorklund. Hopefully I've done that sort of justice. Sweet.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yeah, again, but it's so close. I think Bjorklund's down in like way down.
Great start to the season for him, has it?
Way down.
He is currently 16th out of 20.
16th out of 20 in just Pro-Am, so I've got a lot of faith. And then in AM, I've gone for Quentin Rocher. Yeah, I think...
And also, yeah, we also have mine as well here. So yeah, here are mine confirmed. Toth. Portuguese, yeah, because like I said, Portuguese wasn't around last week, so who knows where he would have been. And Patterson has been really strong so far this season, so I think he is a solid pick. I'm very confident about those picks. We'll see how we get on. In terms, well, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. We will go to an advert, and then when we are back, we will go to qualifying and see what the pecking order is for this 3rd round of the championship.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Interlagos, qualifying just starting now. We have got a few clips actually, our track guide that we can show you with a few moments which have happened in past races here in Interlagos, which might give us a clue as to corners to watch out on, because of course it's a track that we know so well, and turn one of course is going to be one of the main overtaking spots, David.
Yeah, it's just about getting this right, full commitment without locking the tyres, because it really can compromise things, especially when you're defending. You try and push that extra yard and you end up going straight on and causing a big wreck. But yeah, it's such a flowy corner, such an opportunistic corner, but getting it right. Obviously, this is a nothing corner. I do not class T3, I class this as T3. This is, I love this corner. I hate the off track, I have to say it every time. It drives me absolute nuts, because it stops the raceability here at this corner.
Well, these two are going to prove you wrong.
Yeah,
one
took
X, you reckon?
yeah, 100%. 100%. They both might have got one. Nice flowy corner, easy to get things wrong here without hooking it up. But not make a big mistake, but especially in qualifying, this section's so important. People think it's like a low wingy track because of how long the last corner and up the hill is, but it's such a technical, twisty track that you really need commitment and downforce. Does
iRacing take into account the altitude as well, because it's quite far hard?
100%, yeah. This is an altitude track, so your BMWs, Ferraris, all those sort of cars, the turbos.
You can run to the line as well. Count on the Spec Racer Force to deliver like that. Aeronom just about passing Necessity at the line a few years ago in the Spec Racer 4. There was a lot of clips to go through actually for this track. We have visited a lot, maybe not so much in the last couple of years. Other tracks have perhaps been more favoured, but yeah, a few years ago this place was very, very popular, and yeah, it's where we're hosting our race today. Welcome to everyone in chat, by the way. Glyn saying, what weirdo makes Monza an hour endurance?
I think that's a great track.
I think it limits the number of Monza T1s we have to do.
True.
I think is good. Honestly, to be fair, Glenn, partially I agree with you, because I'm not a big fan of fuel-saving races, and that will be a fuel-saving race, because it's going to come down to who's got the shortest pit stop. But I think it's just a bit different compared to, I think, the last time we visited Monza. A reminder that you can sign up, by the way, to Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy. So far, in just a week, we've sold out 46 out of 60 spots. So if you are going to race this season, you're going to have to sign up for racing. It's 10 rounds, and it will be on a Tuesday evening. So sign up at apexracingleague.com. David, you have anything earlier on you might?
Yeah, I'm tempted. I'm going to just double check my schedule. Check my wife is happy to actually never ever see me, and I'll get that done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keen to drive the nuts off these updated GT3s, even if it doesn't turn out to what I want it to be. A change would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this phrase, it can't get any worse. Surely. As long as they don't break my Maca. I really like the Maca. I've got setups like dialed into how I like it. Like I've got it in a window where I'm happy. I'm okay in the Ford, like I also enjoy that. But yeah, not so much the rest anymore.
So we're currently just coming to the end of amateur qualifying as it stands. and the drivers can complete the last lap that they start just before their 10-minute slot up. Of course, the amateurs get the track for the first 10 minutes, and then the pro-ams for the next 10, and then the pros for the last 10. And a few of the drivers just point to the side of the track. Good performance there from Franek Sikorsky to manage to qualify in P3. This is his first race, and of course he is one of the top pro-ams in the touring cars, but he is only about 2K iRacing. So he was put in the AMs, which looks like it's a reasonably suitable category for him.
Hello to everyone in chat. Sophie, Glenn, Neil. Some stream issues. I'm not seeing the issues here.
It's all right for me.
It's all right for me. What was you seeing?
Yeah, apparently it was getting quite psychedelic on the stream, which is something that we always aim to deliver. Lean Beigel saying, sorry Sam, I had a total of 6 practice laps. I don't think I picked Lean though for my pick today though. I think that was the previous week. I think that may have been the incorrect graphic that we showed Lean. So I haven't picked you today. So in a way I am pleased that you haven't done so much practice, because it might give my actual pick a better shot.
It's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, wishing ill on the drivers.
It's nice to see Sikorsky doing another ARA league. Very quick.
Clays just pops ahead. That must have been right at the... Oh, I'm not sure if Steve Clays starts his lap in time. I think he crossed the line at about 11:39, and his lap time was 1:34.
It's not possible.
No.
No.
So that will be... we have...
By 11 seconds, he is getting a penalty.
Yeah.
I think it's about 11 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might even be less than that. I think it's like 5 seconds. So, but that's a penalty nonetheless. So yeah, the pro-ams now out on track. A few of them slowing down quite a bit. We've got some of the esports cars. You can see the red, white and green. This man, Salvatore Lane, watch out for him. Always one of the front-running pro-am drivers. Hasn't been a perfect season for Lane, but has been able to scrape through the B final into the A final on both occasions. But that's not... he wants to go the whole season.
Yeah, I just checked the data. Steve Clay's 1 lap longer than everybody so far. Alan reminding us that, like what he said at the start of the stream, I blame Sam and David for everything, including bit ratios. I think I love about that message, he puts your name before mine, almost like that's the order of blame. I feel it's that way around.
But are you sure that first person has got more blame, or does he mean
Sam
and David?
Yeah, no, it feels like it's an order.
Sure.
Like it's deliberate.
Liam Slipdiff's asking, horn splits? True. Unfortunately, Nick is on course to qualify last today. He did set the slowest time in the amateurs, so I doubt any of the pro-ams or the pros will be out-qualified by him. We do have a couple of drivers starting from the pits, however, so maybe that will mix things up. Lindelof is currently pole.
Yep, Alan confirming. Order of importance of the hosts.
Ah, thank you very much.
Ouch.
Alan.
But then again, yes, I am Sam's sidekick.
Shall I introduce you as that next time?
No, you will not. I'll give you that one clip, but that's all you're getting.
Sure.
Otherwise, I will sabotage your chair. You have to do a standing stream.
It'd probably be best for our ergonomic sort of physicality.
Will it?
I think so.
What will I gain from it apart from getting home knackered?
Your back will be better, right?
So it'll be aching.
Desks.
My back will be aching.
Sure.
So what I do. Oh, yeah.
Hudabai went into... Well, sorry, he's one of the amateurs, isn't he? He's still in second place. Scolieri, remember, is one of the new drivers for this round, but has taken part in previous series. Good to see some South Americans. Of course, we are a South American circuit today. But Lindelof just lining up for another lap here.
Yeah, some very close times at the top. 8800s separating the top 4.
Did mention before that we had as Grebski goes to the top.
Yep, very nice lap. So we can watch this Samuel Lindelof lap. Not the best T2 exit there. See how he handles this. It'll be nice and smooth here, just minimal scrub, nice rotation, get on that power as early as possible without picking up 1x.
Quarter Marshall up to second place. We haven't seen Marshall at the front of the standings enough, frankly, this season. No doubt we'll see a lot more of him near the front to the end.
Do love these corners. I miss the old off track where you could cut the inside right a lot more on the next right-hander. Oh, right up to the limit there. This is the corner. Used to cut all of it and more. Still can. Here in the race can be important just not to overheat your tyres. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I just think T2 is going to cost him a little bit. Slowed down a bit too much, they look like.
Consuegra, who's the
And
top,
Lane.
but Lane goes even faster. That's really pushing it
Oh.
on the limit, right?
Maybe the second. The first part you can push it almost to the old limit, but then as it straightens up and you get onto the, I forget the curbing, you mustn't be past dead middle. It's really awkward. Let's say you want to go real far to the left, look like you're pitting, close to the wall. No, this is setting up for another lap.
Quite a few personal bests. But it was not a lap, I think. I don't think it was valid. Portuis goes to P6. He is my pick for the Prowls. The people in chat are saying that I'm Batman and you're Robin.
Yeah, you wish.
So thank you for that.
Apache are struggling down in, you wouldn't expect him to see him down in 15th at the moment.
No.
Hawk, Clays and Sikorsky, laps looking good. Pro-Am AM drivers in 12, 13 and 14. I missed the big TV. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm struggling a bit with the colours. Yeah, I heard if I missed being an amateur earlier on. I think it's the white. The white on white isn't helping.
No.
But yeah, this TV is going to move an inch closer to us each week.
Correct, until it's blocking the camera.
Yeah.
We should just swap. Yeah.
Oh, I think my neck has reset to looking slightly to the left though. I'm not sure.
No, we just swap.
I'm a bit like Zoolander.
No. I mean swap the actual TV.
Oh, okay, sure.
Not. I don't want to be looking there all of a sudden.
Sure.
But yeah.
We could switch it to there at the camera. That's weird, isn't it, to look at that camera?
Fair.
Yeah. So Lane still with the pace over the rest. Our producer saying that it looked like we were looking into a soul. Also look at that camera. It's very, very uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me. Lindelof moves up to P3. So he did find an improvement. Gebski to second place. Portuis to third. That's a big improvement for the Andorran. And the sun is out. And this circuit looks a lot better. It looks rubbish anyway. It's an awful...
Yeah.
It's the worst looking circuit on the game by country mile. But
I agree.
with the sun out, it makes it go from a 1 to a 3.
I was talking literally about this track earlier today that I think it's the worst scan on iRacing. Like, for the surroundings and the grass colour and everything. It's one of my favourite tracks, but every time I jump into another sim or even an F1 game, this track looks amazing.
Yeah, if we had like an updated, this would be one of the most anticipated states for me. I actually don't look forward to visiting this track.
It always has
Just
like
because,
I don't know. It's hard to describe it. There's no atmosphere here.
I feel like the lighting as well. It almost feels like nothing reflects. Like there's no reflections off the track almost.
Gotcha.
It just seems flat.
What's for Italian liveries? Sorry, Hungarian.
I thought you were making
No,
a joke there.
I wasn't. It's tempted. Bathurst scan is pretty bad as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best. Better than Interlagos though.
So can Origi find a bit more pace? He's got a lot of personal best sectors. 3 out of 4 of them so far in this lap are improvements. So expect him to maybe go on the 3rd row. No, it's just the 4th row for the Frenchman. Scollieri performing well at the moment. He's also set a few personal bests, but it's not a great final sector. I think that has kept him in that 9th place. Gazer behind him, though, moves up to 4th place.
Yeah, looking very strong.
It is very, very close. And now Gordon Marshall, who was near the top earlier on, struggling for improvements as the session went on, and he ends up in a bit of a lowly 7th, and that's made even worse now because Kimmy JP Auckland, your pick for the Pro-Am win tonight, moves up to 7th himself.
Yep, not bad.
Lucas Seidor definitely has an improvement in him, but it's not a great lap so far. Struggled a lot in Sector 1.
I think he's coming in. Nope.
This might actually be a big improvement, but keep him in 25th. And yeah, you gain 2 tenths, but he remains in 25th. Consuega gets a bit more pace. He moves up to P3.
Time for the pros.
By the way, if we're pronouncing Consuegra's name wrong, let us know in chat. Any Spanish speakers?
Consuega?
Consuega?
I don't know.
Consuegra.
Gra. I don't know.
Is this a legit time for Origi?
1 minute 20. Yes, legal.
Yeah, wasn't an improvement though. Neither it was for Portuguese. It's Dominic Beck. He improves. Must have been right at the end.
That was close from Beck.
And Bernand as well. I think Beck got away with it. I'm not sure if Bernand did. Bernand seemed to cross the line literally at 21.35, and it's a 1.34 lap.
Yeah, I agree.
It is down to the drivers in that situation to judge it themselves. Like, there's not a magical thing that says your 10 minutes are up, but you just got to look at the in-sim time and see if you've gone over it.
But they're always checked, so make sure you are on it. Oi, off track.
Do you think this is a good car for this track?
Yep. Back when I was getting into iRacing, I was watching Pesk was here. I've always loved the track. Did a lot of races with TK at this track, and yeah, I like this car. I like the challenge of this car because of how tricky it can be to put everything together. So it's a car I really enjoy. Yeah, I think this is. It's very testing on tyre abuse.
Sure.
And I say it's very opportunistic in T1, so being confident, committed on your brakes. Yeah, so the pairing really does work well. But yeah, standing start into T1, you got to be full focused.
Yeah, we've seen some poor starts around this. I remember Nick Madsen a couple of seasons ago when maybe the last time we visited this circuit, really did struggle off the line. We've got a few of the pros putting in laps, but expects all of them to get faster. Oh, that's a big slide there for Gabriel Sick. Who's one of our front runners back at Spa.
It's nice debris left all out of 2.
And the track temperature might be getting a little bit warmer with the sun out. It's up to 21 degrees track temperature. It's gone up a couple of degrees air temperature. There might be a slight reduction in grip. Of course, the track also rubbering in, so maybe that will counteract it. Corby Warren with the fastest second sector of anyone on this lap. Haven't seen Corby seemed to struggle a little bit at Red Bull Ring last time. I think he struggled to get in the top 10, but we know from last season, one of the most improved drivers in the championship, and I'm sure he'll be near the front tonight. Here he is, got a nice draft as well.
Ola and chat cheering on Sazy and Liska. It says go Hungarians and Liska, and then the rest doesn't translate well, but may you have a good race basically. May this be
sure. Yeah.
But my Italian's not that strong.
Going there again?
No, play.
I think this is a very good lap here for one. This might even be enough for provisional pole. See, approaches the line, had a nice draft, and he does go to pole, 10th of a second quicker than anyone else. And he will struggle to improve on that, I think, because that was a really nice distance back. It was a fantastic sector 1 in particular. Albeit, Soltesek Costa, who of course was so quick last season, unfortunately missed a lot of rounds. And so far this season, pretty quick as well. He is on provisional pole by a tenth of a second. We're sort of waiting for the SDK cars to get up there. No, they're top 9 right now. There are a few of them just outside the top 10. Quite a few of them struggling at this point in the race. As apologies for the stream issues. Hopefully they'll resolve themselves like they did earlier on. Hopefully you can still hear our voices clearly.
Yep, we will turn everything off and on after the it's our end. It looks like it's just a bitrate issue. It's just a new effect we're trying out.
Yeah, we're very innovative. So quite a few of the drivers actually towed back to the pits. They're only doing wanting to do 2 push laps, which I'm a bit surprised about. Back when I did Porsche GB earlier this year, the very good drivers, they just do the whole 10 minutes just in one go. Albeit that was fixed setup, to be fair, so it's all made sense to drain the fuel. Varga goes to 2nd place, by the way, and David Toth, goes to 4th. Chip goes to 2nd.
Yeah, so Costa's lap, first lap in 3s. A lot of people sniffing with 34 flats going to 2nd through to 5th. Impulse, Team Checkmate, SDK, and then Impulse.
Costa lining up for another lap. He's got his teammate right on his tail of Fran Liska. So they'll try to work together. Remember, Liska got that incredible tow around Spa, which put him on pole by, it was 0.3 of a second in the end. And probably the fastest first sector in a Porsche Cup round Spa than anyone else has ever had. I think it was ridiculous.
It was quick, really quick. We're going to see a big lap from Liska here, watching the sectors.
Yeah, good first sector. Very good first sector, actually.
Yep.
I mean, it hasn't come up, or we haven't actually got him at the bottom. Unfortunately, we can't decide who's on the bottom there. But yeah, it might be a purple first sector. I mean, I'm not seeing anyone else do a 43.3 in the first sector. I'm seeing just 43.4s, 43.5s. He drops back a little bit though in the middle sector. He'll cost toe right back up in turn 13. Yeah, lost. He lost a bunch of time in sector 3. Yeah, he lost loads of time. So yeah, that lap is over. Soltesek to 2nd place. He's chipping away. Oh, that's a big slide though. This lap ruined for him.
Yeah, keeping the tyres in the window at this track is hard. Real player buffering. Yeah, I miss real player. Now, the app I missed the most from that era was Winamp.
Never heard of it.
Oh my God, mate. That's how you listen to music back then, Winamp. And you stick on a visualization and that's it. That was your day.
What would the visualizer do?
It would like electro dance to the music that's playing. And now that seems simple. Back then, it was revolutionary, mate.
Sure.
It would be like, loads of different coloured electrical lights dancing and reacting to the music you're playing. And you just full screen it and chill, mate. Yeah, Winamp was one of my favourite apps of all time. Of course, we didn't call them apps back then. Just called it software.
Alan saying, did he really just say he doesn't know Winamp? I was born in 2000, Alan. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Never heard of it, and I'm all right with that. Warren, who set a person. Oh, so this isn't a lap so for Warren. He's just lining up. So we've got one more attempt for the American. Can Varga improve? He's lining up another lap as well. David Toth lining up another lap.
Yeah, the SDK car's not having it their way at the moment.
No.
Impulse 1 and 2, obviously, granted, they're different Impulse teams. Team Checkmate in P3. Talking of Team Checkmate, where
Where is Lucas Tellman? Is he not around today?
Don't see him on the timing tower. Winamp is from 1997. Yikes. So you're telling me, Sam, you never used an AOL CD to get on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, what? What?
An AOL CD?
I don't know what that is. An AOL is like an email thing, right?
Oh my God. No, it's an internet thing. It's how you got on the internet. Yes, you got email with it, which was smart because everyone kept it with AOL because otherwise you lost your email. Smart.
Sure.
But no, it was an internet thing. Believe it or not, it was an all-in-one app. You couldn't use the internet outside of AOL back then.
Okay.
Revolutionary it was, mate. You
Yeah.
missed out. Yeah. Netscape? You never used Netscape?
Oh, I don't know what this is.
It's like the first browser.
No, yeah. Sure.
That's how you browse the
I
internet.
know Chrome.
Chrome.
I use Chrome. Vargas with the personal best on this lap. I don't think it's going to be anything special for him. Might get him in the top 10. Doesn't exactly need to improve a lot to get into the top 10. Does he do it, the Spaniard? No, it looked like he stayed where he was. Bubulk instead got ahead of him into P11. Toth not improving. I don't think his teammate Varga improved either. We have got... Oh, well, this is pretty much it. Mihailidez across the line, and that's it. I don't think there's going to be any more times.
When the dust settles, that gives Salvatore Lane a really good placement, P10. And obviously, again, shout out to Baptiste. Really good lap as well. Down in P23, leader of the AMs, and quite a margin to his nearest rival. And obviously, Pascal Costa got that in some very strong pace there. He's looking rapid. Both of his laps that I saw were, yeah, really quick. Sam, I've got an idea for a podcast we could do.
Okay.
It's literally all the words I'm seeing in chat. All of those, I could talk for hours about all of those.
Yeah. We've got Quackernet.
I'm going to pretend you didn't mispronounce Quakenet, but sure.
What?
You know,
I thought it was like a
and
duck
ICQ
pun. I thought like maybe the logo was like a...
Oh my God.
Yeah. To the grid. Heat 1. Costa on pole ahead of Zik. And then it's Toth, Liska, Lazarus, Bubulk, Vargas, and Simon. It's Gazer who's top of the Pro-Ams ahead of Mihailidez, Marshall. Baptiste Hudabay is on the fringe of qualifying for the A final in P12. We won't be in the top 12, obviously. And it's Miroch, Beck, Horg, Sikorsky, Weigel, Interlura, Mary, Nevinchani, Gibson, and then Daniel Ola had a qualifying ban. So that is why he is at the back. The drivers who had a qualifying ban were Daniel Ola, Kenneth Wick, and Tobias Olsen. So that is why you'll see those drivers have to pull off a lot of overtakes today. But still quite a few of our front runners yet to go on the grid. We've got about 50 seconds to go. Shout out to the Apex Racing Academy, of course our title sponsor for this series. You can go to apexracingac.com in order to get yourself a subscription. And that will give you setups and track guides and data packs for these Porsche Cup cars, as well as single-seater cars and GT3s and everything else on iRacing. So just check out apexracingac.com. There's a link to them in the description below. And yeah, you can get your hands on some very nice setups. Just got Lean Weigel and Pascal Costa to get on the grid. We often see the pole sitter take an obnoxiously long amount of time to get on the grid. But he is there now. So that is everyone set. And the lights are about to come on. So tricky start here. It's a decent run down into turn 1. Heat 1 of the evening is underway at Interlagos. And it's a good start for our pole sitter. He'll be able to cover off the attacks from behind. Good start as well. I think for the man from 4th position might be able to get underneath heading into T1. There's contact, and 3rd and 4th go very, very wide. It's Fran Liska up the inside though, and we might have more contact. And off the circuit, Corey Lazarus off the track rejoins safe enough, but he's got a lot of work now to get back into the top 12.
Yeah, Corey got tagged there from the... It was an awkward T1. It was a very late 3 wide. It looked like a 2 wide, but the guy up front just broke so early that it created a very late 3 wide that neither of them were expecting. And obviously they both shuffled around, some contact were made, but that then led to the instant in T2.
yeah, maybe Ivan Vargas, who may have been on the inside, but the battling continues, and it's Gazer up a couple of places, but he's going to lose one to his teammates. Now he's also got Tamas Simon as they all dived to
Look at all
the
them
inside
liveries.
corner. Oh, that's a risky move from Marshall. He's had a good start, up 1.
Yep, looking strong.
Daniel Ola as well, up lots of places. Ola's up 7 after a qualifying ban. Still the teammates battle each other. Here is Ola in another one of those SDK Esports liveries. He's not leaving himself a whole lot of room to that car on the outside, and you can see the battling behind with Corey Lazarus wasting no time. And we're in a situation now where we've got Ola and Lazarus trying to bounce their way back up into the top 12. The likes of Mihaela, Des and Herdeby will be watching the mirrors, I'm sure. But a good start for Costa, a good start for Chick, frankly, as well. But it was Liska and Toth and co who had a bit of contact with Lazarus. Sikorsky up the inside. Oh, and they've all gone deep. And it's Hudabai from the lead of the Pro-Ams has had an issue. I'm not sure if it was his fault. I think he was battling someone else, and I think they just lured each other. And Daniel Ola, after gaining, he must have been up about 10 places, and he's had a collision at T2.
Let's see what happened here. Very...
Oh, he just went into the back of them, did Hudabai.
Yeah, it was the... Oh!
Oh my goodness. And
So from the tap...
Was it Sikorsky? I think Sikorsky spun in front of Ola.
Whoever the yellow car is tapped the rear, and that car then ended up spinning.
Yeah, Hudabai was the yellow car. And yeah, maybe he hits Sikorsky, I think. Oh, slide for Marshall.
Yeah, even though those track temps are low, it's still a scorching combo.
Corey Lazarus has done a brilliant job here. Already getting back into the top 12. Felt like he was last after that incident at T2.
When did he hit 8K? He wasn't 8K last time we checked in, I don't believe.
Yeah, that may have been recent, actually, yeah. Feel like he's been in the 7s for a while. It's a long queue of cars now in front of him. A few of them SDK Esports. But yeah, clearly very annoyed at what happened to him on lap 1 is Corey Lazarus. He's been very cutthroat in his overtakes. Gordon Hawke is now leader of the ABS and only 1 place away from getting into the top 12, which gets you straight into the A5 map. We've got an overtake for Gordon Marshall, but that's not going to succeed from there. And now the teammates work together, and Marshall, from looking like he was going to gain a place, he's going to lose at least 1, and he's going to lose 2 because that's a huge slide. And it'll be a slowdown as well for the fairly innocent Corey Lazarus. But Lazarus is still pushing it here on the outside of T4. Another 1X picked up there. And Marshall is now right on the fringe from looking like he was going to get up into the top 9. Yeah, top 9. Or top 8 even. It's now down in P12.
The rear of Corey's car doesn't look too happy. It might be the livery, the way it's shaped, but the bottom rear looks rather damaged. Alan asking Italian-themed cars on sale this week.
I don't know if Alan's being serious or not.
It's Hungarian, but I agree, the livery definitely looks Italian. But the flags are quite similar, let's say.
They are very similar. So this could be a run maybe for Liska here. Was overtaken, sorry, he overtook David Toth on that one. And he might be able to gain another place here, making an Impulse Racing 1-2. Here he goes. This isn't necessarily the... Oh, he's locked up and he's going to give that place back. And hopefully he doesn't now try to overtake into T4 because he definitely gained a lasting advantage. And then he's going to leave himself vulnerable now to David Toth.
Very vulnerable.
Toth make it 3 wide, no?
Yeah, doesn't like Liska wants. He didn't want to get the move done. He'll be fine now. But he did, yeah, he had to go defensive, so it sort of left him a little bit vulnerable. But he should be okay here. As long as he hooks up the traction here, be able to settle in behind.
He might even have a dive into this next one. No. So much contact. And he's still there, and there's contact.
I'm not sure
And
that
Liska goes round, and that was very aggressive driving from, I think from Liska in particular, honestly.
I'd need to see it again, because obviously Toth tracked off the apex like crazy. With what looked like very little control. Let's see. So Liska here moves over Shaw. Yeah, Liska might have... I don't know. It's really tight. Liska didn't do himself any favours by forcing David Toff off the track, because that's what caused the track out off the apex. Obviously, David Toff, there was no... You know, the inside line wasn't on, but he was coming back from the grass. I'm not really sure how to call that. Tough racing.
Thank you to everyone, by the way, who's tuning in. It's always good to see 60+ people watching along. I think R1 was on it earlier on. I think they had lower numbers than that, so very much appreciate you tuning in. Do let us know who you're supporting. Udabai's done well, actually, considering that he was round. He's in 15th place now. I feel like there's been a lot of incidents, and because a lot of drivers who have had issues are actually doing quite well. I'm not quite sure how they're doing as well as they are. Gordon Hawk, though, he's really maximising this as well. He is being caught by Beck, though, so he might lose that before the end of the race. Lean Weigel is alongside Hudabai. And he is ahead of Hudabai. But I think Hudabai might be the fastest driver. He was faster on that last lap, so you expect that about to continue on. Chick now with no slipstream from Costa is particularly vulnerable. From David Toth, who of course lost the place to Liska on lap 1, but he's got it back, and he might end up one place higher than where he started. Lean Weigel has had an issue though in the middle sector. He's dropped down. There he is. And was there another car stationary there? There was some pretty slow-moving vehicles, it looked like, but now they're all on top of one another.
Yes, indeed. Good battle. And obviously Costa is absolutely gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Sazy domination is just not happening this race. We've got a lot of drivers, very quick guys, and we're, after the last round, we was always seeing their liveries fighting for the top, and poor Liska fighting for his life. Hasn't quite gone that way this week.
Yeah, I thought after round 2 maybe Spa was the exception, but actually looking back, maybe Red Bull Ring was the exception. Maybe it was them who maximised it rather than underperforming at Spa.
True, true.
Daniel Ola on the comeback again. He was up from 22nd on the grid. I think he got as high as about 14th earlier on, but then had another issue which wasn't even his fault. And now he finds himself back in 16th. I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but I'm confident he'll get through from the B final. But it's not ideal. Anything can happen. Corey Lazarus trying to get past Gurgo Gazer. They're ahead of Mihalades. So I think Lazarus overtook Mihalades maybe a couple of laps ago, but his progress has been a little bit slow. Did really well though after that point incident where he dropped to about 20th place, Lazarus, to get back up to the top 10. He could still get one more place as they move on to the white flag lap.
Yeah, it's a great recharge through the field to Corey after that. I think he was the victim in T2. Gazer's going really defensive here.
And Muroc has messed up in front of them as well, and he's now left himself vulnerable to his own teammate.
Now, I'm not sure if it was vulnerable or just draft. I can't quite work out.
I think he overshot T1
Okay.
line. But you're right, that on the run to the line, in about half a lap's time, it will help him out. Liam Slipdis saying, I wonder if they know how they live. I don't understand what Liam is referring to. But do you enlighten us, Liam? Apologies. Maroch just pulling away a little bit. That's just might be able to send a send still. As here comes Costa, and this will be one of the easiest wins of his season.
Yeah, what a drive. Absolutely rapid Q lap and looking really good in the race. Anything going to happen here? No, too far back.
Yeah, the slipstream isn't strong enough there. As here comes Costa to the line and he wins Heat 1, and that will guarantee him pole position for the A final as well. Sick holds on very well. P2, considering he had that little bit of contact with Liska earlier on, who finishes in a very disappointing P7. Maroch, top of the Pro-Ams. And Hawk will be top of the AMs, despite the fact that he did not get into the top 12. It will be for Hawk to get into the A final, even starting on pole in the B final. We'll see how he gets on a little bit later on as Lean Weigel just beats Nevinshire. I think he dropped back a bit at the end, did Weigel.
I think Roy Lazarus will be frustrated but really pleased at least he's inside the top 12, because it looked even that in doubt at one point. He was quite literally waiting for cars to rejoin the track out of 2, so it looked like it was over, but yeah, top 10.
And that is everyone on Costa line, so we switch straight over to Heat 2, and it's Rafael Soltasek on pole ahead of Varga, Hammer, Warren, Lane is top of the Pro-Ams, skis behind him, then it's Consuegra, Porto Ruiz, Lindelo, Bjorklund, Origi, Scollieri, Bernand, Lampert, Clays is top of the AMS. There's Hapacha, who's a little bit lower down than you'd expect. Sequeira, Iglesias, Sidor, Rocher, Horn, and Olsen. Olsen with a qualifying ban. Just got mate Lampert, and Tobias has now taken to the grid. That's good, because if you start in the pit lane here,
He's just gridded.
Yes. Everyone then. So Heat 2 of the evening is underway. Another good start for our pole sitter. Very even for everyone really on the first 3 rows of the grid. Hammer maybe getting a little bit of interest heading into T1, because man in P2 is himself a bit vulnerable, but Hammer just backed out of it. And very few changes as they go in single file.
Ran the way.
Now there was a bit of 3 wide, and one of the cars is very slow in the middle of the pack.
Lampard? Oh, sorry.
Lampard, I think. Maybe it was Consuegra.
I think it was Bjorklund.
Or Bjorklund, yeah. Oh, a bit of contact further back, and that could have been in the wall, but the escape.
Are we going to see a late 3 wide? No. Oh, came back across though. Like, looked at a 3 wide, thought, no, I won't do that. I'll just drive into the car next to me.
Amazing start for Steve Clays. He's up 5 places already, from 15th to 10th.
Yeah, fantastic stuff.
I think, yeah, I think it was Consuegra stopped in the middle of T2, and I think it held up Bjorklund, as he mentioned before. And I think Clays was just able to drive completely around that. But Hapacha maybe not getting quite as many places himself. He's up 2 though. He's just overtaken Bjorklund with his issues at T2. Soltasek not feeling particularly comfortable though, coming out of T12, just a 3.5 of a second.
Yeah, I mean, that's plenty of space, I think. Soltasek's plenty quick enough, and they're both impulse drivers, let's not forget. And yeah, they'll just be trying to cover off SDK Esports there in P3.
Oh, someone's gone straight on.
Oh,
and
that is Lane. Oh, no.
He's
the
Pro-Am made the corner.
Pro-Am leader. Oh, hopefully that's not a bad rejoin. Let's see what happened here. He clipped the grass. No, that was a weird one. Almost he released rather than locked.
I think he did lock a bit and then released and then was on the grass and could not get stopped. Very close batting here. Lane is parts of it. He's outside the top 12. Lane hasn't got into the top 12 in the heat so far this season, but he does always get through from the B final. And you do wonder if this might be the same. That might help him out though, because Jean-Thierry Origi is round. And was that contact with Scollieri?
I'm not sure.
Or I'm not quite sure who it was. Or Steve Clays, I think it may have been Steve Clays, who might be giving the place back. Because Clays is now down to 13th, he was as high as 10th.
Oh, a few people drop in there. I think Sider I saw drop.
So here it was Clays completely behind.
Yeah, just tracks out
Clays.
into him. Yeah, just tracks out completely into him.
Not particularly apologetic though, he's still ahead.
Oh, blinker. Okay. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I assume some blinking going on because it looked like he was inside the car.
it's a progress so far for Tobias Olsen, just up the 4 places after his qualifying ban.
I was just watching Tobias Olsen drive to...
Oh yeah?
Oh, let the blinker behind him. Hopefully that's going to be okay. Yeah, he was winning a Porsche Cup Watkins Glen today. I had the stream on while I was working here. Literally like 2 hours ago I was watching him.
I fear Tobias has had an issue.
Have I cursed him?
That might be a curse, I'm not quite sure. Mate Lamper, I think, may have been involved.
Let's see. Oh,
Lag. Was that?
wait, I don't know. There's someone in front of him. I'm not sure what that was.
Mate Lamper.
Oh, that car really wanted... I don't understand what mate was doing there.
Oh, why are you... Yeah, okay, that's a quali ban for the next race, I think, for mate. On the power. Spinning.
Yeah. I mean, the incident was his fault as well, not just the rejoin. Well, the steward had decided, but...
Yeah, it looked like he did turn in a bit, didn't he?
Twice.
Yeah.
The first time you would pick up on the car being there by bouncing off him. Yeah, awful rejoin.
So Soltasek not pulling away, but he's holding on. And if he could win this race, it would be an Impulse 1-2 on the grid for the A final, which is exactly what they need after Sazy domination at Red Bull Ring 2 weeks ago. By the way, if you want to race in this series, currently entries are closed, but keep an eye on the Apex Racing League.com website, because entries might reopen later on in the season. You can still sign up for Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy, however, and we will be announcing Apex Racing League Endurance 2025 early next week. So if you want to race in the GTP, LMP2 and GT3 cars, that'll be the series for you. Just check out the Apex Racing League Discord for the latest news on that, as well as the Apex Racing League social medias.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. 6 Friday evenings, 3-hour races. We're going to eat pizza during the broadcast, so I think it's only fair, right? 3-5 pizzas here.
I think so, because it's quite an early start to the stream. It's
Yeah.
6:30 for us, so I think it's a little bit...
And we've got to do 3 hours of this, you know.
Yeah.
Are we making every race just heavy rain? Like every 15 minutes, heavy rain, then it stops again. Heavy rain, then it
No,
stops
because
again.
we've been through this, right? The best race we've ever witnessed was touring cars at Brands.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing.
So
Brands
that's what we need. Brand is, I didn't say that before, but every round is at Brands Hatch Indy.
Nice. And with intermittent rain.
And intermittent rain. Because we found that's the form.
That's
the pinnacle of it. That's the end of racing. Back to the pit, Mate Lamperts. Unfortunately, after his big contacts, that rejoin earlier, surprised, frankly, that he had to tow back. So we've got just 4 minutes to go. 2 more laps after this. And currently our 12th place runner is Salto Lana. It's not looking particularly close for that P12. Steve Clay's falling away from these cars ahead. He's going to need quite a helping hand. Credit to Bjorklund for getting back up to P11. I wonder if we could... oh, that's a back marker, right? Okay, that's just a back marker. All right. I wonder if we could see a replay actually of lap 1 and see what happened to... I guess the interesting one would be Consuegra.
What the last two, the guys at the back, yeah, or not?
Well, I think it started
Oh, okay.
And then I think there was like a checkup which involved Bjorkland. So I don't know if we can find that on the event viewer. Because yeah, that's why those two drivers are a bit further down than where they started. Apache, good job from Apache by the way, up 6. Bernard has just got past Sequeira for 14. And they got Jean-Thierry Origi, who will be very frustrated. He was up in the top 10 earlier on before getting hit by Clays. He's caught up to the back.
Yeah, there's a few people upset. Lane, was it this race? Yeah. Was it last?
Oh, contact there. That was a bit naughty there from Sequeira. I think if he wants to avoid penalty, he will give that place up. It's a free position though for Origi, gets past his teammate Benant. Purple out in force. In ARA race days AI prototype championship, we had a lot of purple. Half the teams were purple, so not a whole lot of it for this one. Here's a replay of what happened to Luke.
Oh no.
Here's what happened. So I think it was Consuelo who had like a bit of contact. Oh yeah, it's 3 wide. Yikes. And then he's down there. You can see Bjorkman just went nowhere to go and Clay goes down the outside of all.
Yeah, quite well handled from most of them. Inside car didn't notice 3 wide there, so.
So just one more lap to go, and this bounce of P7 getting a little bit closer. Portuguese doing the cutback, doing the dummy really. And once he gets into T1, that should be fairly simple for him to pull off. P7 now, the Andorra.
So it's really race.
Yeah, solid points for him. Korsvaga in P4 in the championship. Soltasek came into this in P9. Did not have a good spa round. Hammer, meanwhile, of course, won round 1, but didn't have a good round 2. He actually caused a collision. He hit his former teammate Pascal Costa, I believe, and
Now he's a privateer.
he's a privateer.
No.
But sometimes there's a lag, right? Sometimes the cause of something after the action.
Are you talking about the famous effect and cause?
There was a little bit of an issue just a moment ago. Was it Porto Ruiz? Yeah, Porto Ruiz dropped behind Consuelo, but he's done the top 12. No stopping this guy though, Rafael Soltasek. Approaching the line, and this will be enough for P2 on the grid, and it's an impulse 1-2 on the grid for the A final. Great work from them, and he beats Varga and Hammer. Gebski top of the Pro-Ams, and Clay will be top of the AMs. So both of the top running AMs in both races finishing P13.
Yeah, just missing out. So we're going to see a 1-2 with AM drivers in the Consolation up after this. I think they have a 5-minute warm
Not
down.
for the B final. It's between the B final and A final.
So the pros get 2 minutes longer. The final gets a 5-minute warm up. It's all about those, right? Drivers.
Yeah. I mean, if any of the amateur drivers want to pay some money, like they can.
There's a drivers' lounge that winners are allowed in and stuff. Yeah.
You do, but like, you know, some people get that for free. Some people just have to pay a bit extra for it. But I think that's fair.
Yeah. That's a nice camera pan. Did you do this?
No.
Oh, well, you could have said yeah. I wouldn't have known.
No, I'm too honest. No, our very good video producer does that. Christian Steenberg.
Yeah,
Does all these B-rolls.
Very nice. Send it to me. I want to borrow them.
Yeah. I mean, it's just 100 quid to use each one.
All right, I'll just
race.
log onto your laptop then.
So B final then. It's Gordon Hawk on pole position alongside his amateur rival Steve Clays. Then it's Beck, Sequeira, Urdabai, and Origi. I won't go through the whole grid because I'm curious to ask you, who do you think is going to go through? This is an absolute... Like, anyone could go through from here. We've got pros further down. We've got lots of
How many is
pro-ams.
it? Go through
Top
top
six.
six. I was asking on behalf of our audience.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Really don't know. It's going to be tight.
Reckon Olsen could go through? Didn't seem to have a whole lot in the heat.
Yeah, for sure. Tobias is a very quick guy. But overtaken's not notoriously easy here. He's got, what, 6 to gain up? So, yeah. Could have sworn I saw someone moving then.
Yeah, that would be impressive if they did.
Because it's not even red light yet.
Yeah. But that is the grid. Everyone is ready, I think. So here we go. It is Steve Clays and Gordon Hawk on the front row of the grid. Crucial that they get off to a good launch. And away we go for the B final. And it looks like a pretty good start for Clays. He'll hold on to P2 just about, but there's an attack coming from just behind. The sweeping line around the outside.
Yeah, and
that's going to pull it off. No, there's a bit of contact, and Clays is going to lose a few places. I think that might be Hudabai gaining a couple of places. He's up into P3 in that bright orange livery.
Yeah, very aggressive T1 there. T2, sorry. T1. I am right.
Hawk making a bit of a break for it already. Clays trying to hold on at least to P4. Almost leaves Origi a little bit vulnerable, but he's still in P5. Daniel Ola trying to gain places. He's into 8th already.
Yeah, good start from Haig. Nice gap already pulled out. This is Tobias Olsen, who asked me about. Yeah, he's a very fast guy, but then again, this field is stacked. The next couple of guys, he's definitely going to be quicker than, for sure. Just got involved in that incident. Bonk. Oh no.
Oh, well, that will just work for Olsen.
Wow.
Just gets underneath.
That was
and
just...
involved in that was Nevin Charney, Iglesias, and Daniel Ola. I mean, Ola may as well put up his gloves for today because the luck's not on his side.
Yeah. Whoever that was just lost the rear. Cold tyres, lap 1. Just asked too much of the car. Lovely avoidance from Olsen there. And I think he gained 3 positions basically through those 2 corners.
He's only 2 spots away now. Let's see a replay of it. And it was Lean Weigel who spun. So unlucky for one of the Andorran drivers. He managed to avoid one and then got caught up in the other. Hudabai, who had great pace, remember, in qualifying. Made a mistake in the heat. That's why he didn't get straight through. But he's up into 2nd place now. He's making his way up through the order. Beck drops to P3, and Steve Clays is going to try to get back one of those places. He's on the inside for T4, but the move isn't done yet. And they've got Origi. Oh, and Rounds. I just looked away slightly. I'm not sure if Beck got a touch, but that's his chances of getting into the A final most likely dashed.
Dashed indeed, and that puts Olsen on the cusp.
Oh, he's in? Yeah. Oh, as he's underneath. Oh, was there contact behind from Benant? There's Benant.
Yeah, maybe a little love to...
Oh!
Oh, dear.
I'm not even sure if that was necessarily bad from Olsen. Bit annoying how the iRacing damage model, sort of contact model, causes the cars to react in that way.
Yeah, because it's such a shame. Like door-to-door racing, but like that is what we love, but it causes such explosive situations in iRacing.
So it was for Beck. Was there contact? Wasn't from Clays. I know. Oh, maybe it was from Clays. I don't think it was Clays' fault though.
So Banan got it all to do. Sikorsky and Olsen to beat, which is never easy. Not to mention...
Oh, straight on. Gone Sequeira. And I don't even... So many 50-50 incidents. Sikorsky trying to go around the outside at T2. Stays fairly calm about it.
Yeah, let's get a replay of that. That all happened so fast. Clay's having a great race. Let's not forget he isn't... he's an AM, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like top 3 are AMs at the moment. Olsen making his way up. Sequeira, of course, up there as well, albeit did just have that bit of contact. It's now Benand on the fringe, but Seidel catching up to them. Callum Gibson, we haven't talked about him too much. The Scottish driver up into P9 as there goes Benand past Aquera. He did not seem to have a whole lot of response to that.
And Callum Gibson is 2.3k. Everyone in front of him is triple at least his iRating.
Oh, there goes Origi on clays. Yeah, not worth it, guys. And they get through. So Origi up into P3. That's Olsen next.
Olsen having, they're both having a look.
And Olsen might gain 2 places in one corner.
What was, like, I don't know who was behind Olsen, but he went for a move on himself being moved on.
Yeah, I think that wasn't good from Clays.
All right, let's see how this goes, because Tobias Olsen and Benand just had an issue, and this is Benand's teammate. So, yeah, I smell a firework.
And you're right.
Yep, sorry.
Olsen goes wide. That might not necessarily be game over for him. Gets back onto the circuit. He's just outside the top 6 now. That,
yeah.
Again, I don't even know. Did Olsen squeeze him too much?
No. It was preordained, mate.
Oh, and now he's squeezing again.
Yeah.
He moved across on Hay.
Right. Crazy reaction again, though, from iRacing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a touch.
So Origi just wants to get away from this.
So, yeah, Olsen is in trouble.
Top 2 will not believe their luck. I mean, Gordon Hawk has had a very dull race, but he was on pole position, got into T1 in the lead, and then has just relied on everyone else batsing behind, and he's looking comfortable right now.
Yeah, I mean, if these two fight, I swear. I swear.
Just be nice,
yeah,
work together.
If these two battle, I swear.
I mean, I think Herdebite honestly could have gone for the move by now, but he's just been sat about half a second behind for about the last 3 or 4 minutes. Clay is going defensive against Benand. Olsen catching up to the back of this. Sukro asking the 3 ahead of him to hurry up a bit, because he's going to be the one who loses out if Olsen does catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, Olsen's definitely catching. And Sequeira, he can get this done. Sequeira's like 2k iRating. And when I saw him fight Origi earlier, he basically gave the position. But maybe he won't be so forthcoming this time, because he's sitting on that P6 position.
I mean, it's almost sometimes a case where you've got to let someone go through and cause shenanigans. Oh, wow, there was a big check-up where Clays was slow, and this is the opportunity for Olsen.
Oh, no.
He's up the inside of the pair of them.
We have the purple car and Olsen again, look.
And Sakura is involved as well. And now
that 2K came to play. He's hit the back of them 5 times in 3 corners.
I think the first time was fair dues. The second time maybe not so much, and Sakura's got to
Who is this legend?
make sure he survives. Gets overtaken by Seidel now.
Sequeira.
So Olsen up into P5 now. That, I mean, frankly, that top 6 might start pulling away, because I think Olsen and Benand might have the pace to pull away from Seidel, especially if Seidel has to start defending against Sakura.
The only person that doesn't know his 2K is Sakura. He is, look, full send. I'm just going to go around the outside T1. Bam. Yeah. Oh.
Right. Had a collision there with another driver earlier on. Did Sakura. Nearly had another one there.
Signed up for a race.
It was actually with this guy, Sikorsky.
Here we go. Here we go.
Haven't talked about Mate Lampert. He's got a lot of pace though, one of the SDK esports drivers.
Yeah, but he really caused the kerfuffle at the beginning, if you remember.
Oh, wow. Sikorsky and Sakura crash again. And Sakura's race has just gone.
They're teammates, aren't they?
No.
Oh. Yeah, Mate Lampert caused all the... He was the bad rejoiner, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
He turned in on the guy twice, spun, and then just rejoined into active track.
But I could see him getting to the top 6 though from here. Oh, you need some choice words on these two now. Unless Bite just goes through.
So these are the leaders.
Yeah.
Fighting over whether there'll be what positioning for next race?
25th or 26th.
Yeah, they're fighting over 25th. But what they risk to lose is not even being part of the next race.
Well, Hudabai gets past now. I think Horg, if he's got any sense, needs to say, okay, you go ahead and lead now, and I'll follow you to the line.
You would hope so, yeah. Because you've got Clays, Origi, Olsen, Benand. These boys can catch you in 4.5 minutes, trust me.
Clays has just overtaken Origi very impressively.
Yeah,
Is that up into P3?
That puts Olsen and Origi together again.
Yes. So he also's got one of the purple cars in front of him, one of them behind him.
Yeah, he's done.
Because Seidel isn't making much of an impression on the back.
I like this Clays driver. Again, another 2K who's...
Oh, but Clays is an absolute veteran.
Look at this. Committed, confident. Like I said, that's what you've got to be if you're going to do this combo. Very nicely done.
Yeah, being on the sim since, I think, 2009, Steve Clays.
So it puts us at 1, 2, 3. Not many laps left to go.
So will Origi fight Olsen? If they don't fight, then they should be safely in the top 6. Sorry, will Origi fight Clays? He's also got to decide where he's going to fight Olsen, because here is Olsen catching up for what feels like the 3rd time in this race. Because he's been forward and back and forward and back and forward. Julian Mary has had a bit of a setback. Fortunately down to P16. Here comes Origi. He's going to try to return the favour on Clays. No, bump just. Smart.
Oh, wait.
No?
I don't understand. Why would you push the person you're trying to pass?
Maybe he was luring him. Maybe he was like, I'm not overtaking you.
Yeah, I mean,
no,
maybe.
I am going to overtake you. I mean, it worked.
Yeah, I mean, it was something.
Olsen next up.
Linsan, I've got no chance of speed to some of these 2K drivers. Yeah, I mean, it looks... 2K's looking like the new 5K.
Olsen up to 4th. But Clays isn't one to back down. Does on this occasion. Still Seidel, quite far away from these guys, about 2 seconds to catch. Lampert isn't making much of an impression either.
Well, Lampart's... Oh, sorry. Lampard, yeah. I thought you said Bernard for some reason. I'll stop talking.
Callum Gibson just always a little bit out of the promotion zones, and he was a couple of places away in the heat and a couple of places away in this one as well.
Yeah, it's tough out there.
Sikorsky could have got through, but he had a collision with blimey, it was with Sakura, who's got the race now.
So, can Clays, our 2K driver, hold off Toth, our 10K driver?
Toth isn't in this race.
I'm looking at the wrong standings, apologies.
It's so tricky for us, honestly.
It's
like, half the names we see on our timings boards are like knots in the race.
Yeah.
Clays, yeah, not too bad from Benand. Here's Weigel versus Interlura. Interlura always comes on so strong midway through the B final. If only he had that pace in the heats, as he just loses out in that battle.
Gonna lose that here as well. Won't be able to defend the inside. Yeah, it's already over.
Your pick, Rocher?
Correct. Orange livery as well, let's go.
Yeah. There are a couple of teams supporting the orange.
Oh, well, there's a car there, sir.
Blimey.
And that's... Wait, who went straight on as well, then?
Even looking.
Let's get a replay of that. I'm not sure what he did. He opened up the wheel with a car there, and he knew the car was there. They shared it for a whole corner.
So Interlude on the inside.
Oh, yeah, he just opened up the wheel under braking. Yeah, I don't even think that was netcode. Just brain code. I mean, I've done it. Road America, what's it?
Checker flag's coming up, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Dubai is going to win by 0.3 of a second. He beats Hawk. Origi gets through. Olsen gets through with difficulty. Clays with a vacant drive in 5th. Bernand in 6th. And Sidon misses out. It was quite comfortable in the end for those top 6. They drove it well on the most part. And the rest will take no further part tonight. There might be an extra place here, though. Which is an extra point. And that's every point that his team can get and what he can get as a driver. He will take fastest lap as well on that last lap.
Yeah, good race. Tobias putting on a show. I think he had to pass most people twice. 3 times, sorry. Nick Horn giving us a... What is this? What are we watching? A expedition. I can't say the word. I shouldn't have tried.
No, keep
No.
I could say it for you.
No.
Exhibition.
Thank you. I've always struggled with that word. It's my Achilles heel.
Yeah.
As soon as I said it, my brain was like, stop.
What did you say?
I don't know. If I knew what I said, I wouldn't say it.
You said something else.
You can rewind the VOD.
So we've now got a warm-up for the drivers to use.
Warm down. I've all warmed.
So for this GT3 trophy season, I've done some changes to the rules, and this is really boring actually. But
Sam's talking about the announced GT3 Championship coming on Tuesdays.
So in the rules, we've now got a 3-minute thing, and I've decided to label it. We've got practice qualifying, interlude. I've named this bit the interlude.
Article 2.4.1. The interlude shall be 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Do you think? I think interlude's the best.
Is that when
wording.
you don't get popcorn? No, that's the.
That's the interval.
Interval. So interlude is after the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Interlude.
Ask ChatGPT.
An intervening period of time, which I think is a perfect descriptor for what is happening right now.
Call it break.
Or break.
Lunch. A 3-minute lunch.
Here are the results from the earlier races, which will set the grid for the A final. And of course the results for the B final, which just got completed. The top 6 all getting through. Hudabai at the top, ahead of Hawk and Ree. Rare that you see win a race, even in the B final. It's very, very rare. So good work on those guys.
Very solid race. They just stayed out of trouble. That was it. If you said it was quite a comfortable top 6, but it really wasn't, right? From the 4th, 5th, and 6th, they changed every 2 laps. So yeah, it was just the lead pair that just stayed out of trouble. Did their laps. They had a little battle, which I would have ranted on for an hour had anything occurred, but they didn't. They managed it.
Yeah, we have about another minute until the warm is complete. So just a reminder once again to check out apexracingac.com. Thanks to Apex Racing Academy for sponsoring the series. And yeah, do make sure to sign up at apexracingac.com for cars like the Porsche Cup or single seaters or GT cars or anything like that. We also have, of course, the Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy coming up. That'll be on Tuesday evenings. And you can sign up to that at apexracingleague.com. There's a link to that in the description below. So do sign up to that if you want to take part in 10 GT3 races. Yeah,
and we do apologise for the stream. We will look at it after. There's nothing we can do right now.
No.
Not even during the interlude.
Even during the interlude. It's not named the Let's Fix the Stream.
I mean, I would run in there, but short of ending it, there's nothing. This is YouTube.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because usually we just turn things off and on again.
Oh, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Which, yeah, works a lot of the time. But, yeah, I'm not sure why it's not worked today. apparently, can I explain what a floppy disk is? It's like a small hard, right? A floppy disk.
Yeah.
It's basically the same. It's just like a data store
Correct.
thing.
Has a that auto moves itself when you slot it in. That's that clicking sound you can hear.
Sure. Yeah. Here's the grid.
What drive was it? What letter? You know, C's your hard drive.
Floppy disk.
Yeah. What drive? F. No.
G.
Nope.
A.
Correct. Don't see the A drive much anymore. There was never a B. Well, not a mainstream B. No.
Sure.
A was floppy. C was hard drive. D was your CD drive. And E was where you stored your torrents usually.
Sure. Here we go then. Lights are coming on for the A final. Pascal Costa from the pole position, teammate alongside, and it's a great start for him. It'll be fairly with Saltersec trying to T1, but it's a clean start for Impulse Racing, exactly what they needed as they go through T1 for P2 and 3-4. Off the circuit goes Gabriel Schick, and he's got to try to rejoin safely. But that's a disastrous start for the man who starts in P3. He's now outside the top 10.
Awful. I'm just glad he controlled the rejoin because that could have gone really bad.
This car's absolutely sprinting away. Look at the dive. The hammer under a lot of pressure from David Toth, who has to back out a bit. Last time race winner, David Toth, of course. And still the battling continues. We've now on the attack on David Toth. Looks like a couple of the North Sim Racing drivers might collide, but they got through turn 3, as did pretty much the whole grid.
Indeed. Absolutely stacked field. Hammer holding in 4th, up 2 by the way.
Yeah, great start for Hammer. Of course, one of them was the off for Sick.
Yeah.
List 3, trying to get past Bubulk. And I think he is going to do that. Bubulk, and he's going to have a poor exit now. And this is the opportunity for Maroc to also move through, and maybe even Lindelay might fancy his chances by the time they get into T1.
Yeah, Bubulk was a little... I mean, it was all fair racing, but unfortunate where he ended up at track.
Iska's going to leave himself a bit vulnerable here.
3 wide, no, 2 wide. Roulette's coming straight back on it. Can he hold his brake? Yeah, lock up in front was his create.
A mistake for Gebski ahead.
I fear this battle will continue into the next corner. No, lead follow at the moment.
Ooh,
look.
Further back, and that's almost an accidental move, I think, for Lindelof, but he might pull it off on Maroc. Awful couple of corners for Maroc.
Oh, so you think Lindelof just moved over to cover off?
I think so, yeah. But I know, you got it stopped. It's a good attempt, and contact. And Lindelof wide, and I'm not sure if that was Porto Ruiz's fault or not on the inside.
I think so. I don't think it was a major contact, but if it causes a spin, it's the problem, isn't it?
Tobias Olsen advancing from the B final. He's up 11. This is much more like it from the former ARA F3 champion. Raced for Simray Sweden back then. Holidays Esports, which I think is basically the rebranding of the team now. Corey Lazarus, he had a poor heat, but he's trying to get back up now.
Yeah, basically the two you mentioned had things go very wrong in their races, so they've got a lot of positions to catch back up.
That's just desperate for the inside. You might just duck underneath here, go for a bit of a dummy. Hey, going to go the long way round.
I think he's trying to set up a run here.
Oh, Simon has had an issue behind.
Yeah.
See, he's off on the side.
Do we got a replay of that? Oh no, this is the contact. Let's see. Oh, oh, we didn't see
wow.
that.
Oh, wow. Blimey. Well, that wiped out Bjorklund Larne. Maybe mate Lampert? maybe Dominic Beck? I'm unsure. No, Benand. Benand was involved. Benand, Larnay, and Bjorkland, I think.
And this is what happened to Simon. Oh, no.
Oh, that's Porsche Ruiz, I think, again.
Yeah. Yeah, just... Yeah. If you lock and you're diving down the inside, you will always kill someone.
Oh, and off goes Olsen, and all that good work is undone. And then the very unlucky Mateo Hapacha had no chance as Olsen's car bounced
Yeah, let's see.
off the wall.
No idea what to say there. A little bit of squeezing, and yeah, the iRacing contacts today have just been strong, shall we say.
We've got another issue. It's Miroch and Schick. Schick already with an issue at that corner on lap 1. And there's been a second issue now. Miroch ahead, Schick behind.
Is this the same guy again?
No. Different.
Different blue one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Porsche Ruiz earlier on. So yeah, really disappointing for Schick. Was unlucky back at Spa as well. He got hit out of the race through no fault of his own in the A final.
Yeah, because he's very quick. Very quick.
Yeah, it's not going well for him today either. Teammates coordinating well. Impulse leads Impulse, and frankly, they are edging away by hundredths of a second from mate Varga right now. Philip Hammer. Don't expect Hammer to go for anything too ambitious, especially after his mistake last time out Red Bull Ring. Killed one of his main rivals, and I think probably friends on the track as well, in the form of Pascal Costa. Usually fairly patient driver anyway, Hammer. So honestly, I could see that top 6 staying the same all the way to the end of the race. Behind that though, we could have some changes. Fran Liska is now up 6 places. He's up into P7 and will be yeah, looking to charge down the top 6 now. Gordon Marshall, good to see him back out there. I didn't think he was around in round 1 of the championship, Marshall, and then had an awful round 2. So this will be his best point scoring result of the season, but still below where he'd want. He's been, I think, 2nd and 3rd in the last 2 Pro-Am seasons in this, and with such a short season, there's no chance of him finishing the top 3 this season with his poor start, but at least he can maybe get some race wins later on. He's certainly got the pace to do it, as Tamas Simon is up into P22, overtakes Daniel Consuegra.
So we talk about SDK Esports having a lot of cars, but I've just noticed Team Checkmate have 5 drivers, and we know that one of them's not here.
Yeah.
6 drivers, and yeah, running 8, 9, 10 at the moment.
Of course, Tellman was Delachas, wasn't he? So
Yes.
do you think Checkmate could be Delachas rebranded? I don't think it is.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't believe so, because didn't we see? Hold on, I want to get this right. Wasn't there a race where Delachas did as a privateer? Delachas were there. Or am I getting confused?
Not sure.
I'm sure. I even. I can't remember where though.
How are we getting close to the back of Varga right now? Like I said, he's not one to go for a particularly ambitious move. David Toth, the 10K driver, winner last time out. Toth would be championship leader, I think, if it ended like this, but frankly, I think they'll just be even closer than they were before, and they're already very competitive going into this round of the championship. Off track for, oh my goodness, KVO sick. I'm amazed he hasn't actually got to the incident yet, because he's now had 3 incidents and he's down 22 places from his race start.
Oof.
Now the first 2, I'm not even sure if the second one was his fault. The first one I don't think was. What one's this one? Yeah, that's all his fault.
Wow, a blue livery down T1 is a bad omen. I've seen 3 blue and black death sends.
Steve Clay's doing well in P19. He's the leader of the amateur drivers as it stands up 10. And actually, Gordon Hawk has gone with him. He's up 6 now, is Hawk. I think he would be the highest scoring. Or would it be Clays actually? No, maybe Clays would be the highest scoring. They both scored pretty good points. They were 13th in each of their heats. So, yeah, they're really on for some good points, are these two. 18th and 20th as it stands. Tamas Simondo, the pro driver, making his way back up through the order, where I think we'll probably be able to get past him by the end of the 18 minutes. Brian Scollieri has got past Origi just ahead of us. There he goes.
Yeah, it's a tough field. Very tough.
Fastest lap of the race, by the way, that last time out from Fran Liska.
Yeah,
Half a second faster than the leader.
like I said, his 1 lap pace is insane. Every race I see it. My pick for the pros just didn't work out after that race 1 incident. Only cost him a few positions, but with how the heat format works and stuff, it can leave you very knocked back.
Yeah, it could have been an impulse 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Had he had a better heat. They came very close up ahead as well. I mean, for Liska, you'll be thinking I could, yeah, catch up to that trio ahead if I can pass Warren straight away. We know Warren's a very fair driver. Got tuition from Dalton Savadil, the 2-time defending champion in this series. Unfortunately not able to make it this season, Dalton.
2-time, eh?
Yeah, only 2-time champion in the pros in this series. Besides that, we've had 11 other unique winners. He's defending though, is Warren. Hammer having to go very defensive up the road as well. Still, they're not losing that much time with their battling. Here is Hammer. But he's holding on for now, Hammer. Of course, you know, the best form of defense for him would be to overtake mate Varga. And considering that Varga hasn't really got any draft from Soltasek up ahead, that might be possible, but it doesn't look like he's come particularly close so far. As maybe P3, are they just closing up a little bit now on the leaders? Now, it's sort of just been about 1.3 seconds, the gap between first and third, really from the end, since the end of the first lap.
Yeah, I mean, it's very tight. The top 5 are within draft distance of each other. Then the gap is this Colby-Liska battle.
Yeah,
I think it's just a case of when, I think.
Yeah. Amazing that Liska's only 4.2 seconds off the lead considering he started in 13th. Like, if you're starting 13th, you're almost 4.2 seconds off the lead by the time you, like, start the race.
Exit T2, yeah.
Yeah. You might be able to send a lunge on Warren this time. Let's see in the background, here he comes.
No, he's just filling his mid.
I mean, I think it was on. It was almost as though he was anticipating Warren would cover it off and the outside would become available, but Warren just took the racing line.
I'm not sure. We'll get a replay, but it just seemed, you know.
And Warren's been put off by it. And Vargas has been gifted a place and is now on the tail of another one.
It looked all like Drive to Survive for me. Like weaving for the camera. Like, yeah, like some of it's just, yeah. Like footballers, you know, when they celebrate a goal, it all feels so, yeah. Let's see. He just goes to, yeah, look, yeah, he loses it all by himself. He goes left, goes right, goes left, to sort of fill his mirrors, and then on the way right, he realizes, ah, I've gone too far. And that's why I said Drive to Survive. And just like to know, he's my pick. I'm not being horrible. But, yeah.
Really incredible, just the consistency and pace. On that last lap, we had Costa 34.2, Soltasek 34.1, Varga 34.2, Hammer 34.1, Toth 34.1. That's been the case every single lap. I mean, you could scrub through this A final and you will see the gap between Costa and Varga has always been 1.3 seconds. They are so evenly matched, but Impulse really delivered in qualifying. They qualified in the front 2 spots. They converted in their heats, managing to win both Costa and Soltizek. And it was a great start in this A final, and they have been impenetrable ever since. Liska making his way back through the order. He's got Bubolk to overtake. He won't make it around there. Bubolk helping him, though, a bit by overshooting T2. Gazer's just got past Porto Ruiz, by the way. Porto Ruiz actually making a mistake, which the first time he's had an issue at T1 in this A final. Liska looks to the inside. And this is where it gets very tricky to overtake, obviously, once we get into the middle part of this lap. It used to be much longer, of course. It would be awesome if iRacing did sort of classic layouts, but yeah, used to have about 5 extra corners on the infield here in Interlagos up till 1991. This layout probably the better version, though. Miroch up the inside of Scolieri.
Off subject, but have you ever seen that before? The ad. I've never seen that before in my life.
We're sponsored by Fanatec now.
Yeah, it looks really weird, doesn't it? Oh!
Did you see something?
No, I'm watching on the buffer, sorry.
Sure.
I was checking on the stream and I had it open.
Pretty close between the leaders. We'll see if they... Oh, here comes Hammer. Now, Hammer's got to be so careful here. Oh, he might go to the inside. No.
No, he's just covering off, I think, because...
Oh, that's a great run. What a great run that is. And up the inside in contact. And Hammer's in the wall.
Oh, we've seen this.
He might keep P5.
No, I think his car's going to be really hurt.
He's going to have to limp around for the last 2 laps. Was Toth enough alongside into T2?
My other question is, did the guy in front pull off Monaco strats and just park it on T1 as to throw off Hammer? I don't know. Hammer seemed to catch P1, whoever it was in front very quickly. Not that there's anything wrong with that, like, you know, playing games.
Liska really squeezing Bubol, because only a matter they've made contact now, and I think they're going to probably make more contact because they've already been running it close between the pair. Lazarus catching up as well. He's got very good pace, Lazarus. Liska's so close to going for it into T9. Looks like Hammer has got damage and is limping ahead of these guys. He might drop as low as 11th by the end of this race.
The way his car hit the wall, the angle, it's... I think he's going to be feeling the pain.
Right, so 1 more lap to go at the end of this one. There is Hammer just in the blue and black car.
Oh, yeah, he's lost 6.
Oh, Lazarus off the track. He'll be kicking himself.
Yeah, Hammer's in...
Oh, it's changed for the lead. Soltysek, they are bouncing now, the Impulse drivers. And Soltysek wasn't able to do it. Brilliantly covered off by Costa, and that will be the attack gone because the gap's gone up to half a second.
Huh. Well, they are actually the different Impulse teams, right? Oh, this is death. Again, no.
Hey.
Wow.
Space left. Oh, almost getting a bit of oversteer through T2. Now they can make contact on the back straight.
Got it covered off. It's going to try a switchback for the traction anyway.
Remember, they got Hammer ahead, who's basically a slow chicane at this point. They're going to have to get past him in the middle part of the lap. Hammer hopefully will make it easy for them because there's no way he's going to keep them behind to the end.
Well, he doesn't have to make it easy, right? It's a race. He's ahead. But it does not look like he's got the car to fight. Yeah, nothing. No answer.
Here comes Lazarus. He's already caught up to the back of these guys despite the mistake at T12. Hammer will finish this race in P11 unless there's contact ahead. Brilliant slides for Liska. On the outside and covers off again. Here comes Lazarus though. If only he didn't make that mistake, I'm sure he could have got Liska by this point because they've really been putting each other offline.
They all take the
Will
off track?
Liska go to the inside? He does go to the inside, but he can't do it and he'll have a rubbish run to the line. He'll do well to hold on.
Yeah, Lazarus could have a run here, but Liska's not going to make it easy.
They've all got the draft on each other, the teammates helping each other out. Here comes Lazarus. He's got nothing for him.
No,
And that will be the checker flag. Costa won ahead of Soltasek. Good points for Varga and Toth again. Warren with his best result of the season. About time he got into the top 5 because we know how talented he is. And Gebski, didn't really talk about the Pro Am League, but Gebski absolutely dominated.
Yeah,
Pro Ams.
brilliant pace, brilliant results. Bagged a lot of points today. Shame it's not like TCR, you know, fastest lap of the race, pole position.
Yeah. Oh yeah, who cares about the result? Let's focus, who got fastest lap? I mean, that's where the points are. Steve Clay's won in the amateurs. Great result for Steve. He is a little bit up and down, is Steve. Some circuits, like Sebring, I remember last season, he really was ahead of the rest. And this was clearly one of his best circuits. And no wonder he is doing some donuts. So, yeah, fun race. I'm glad the Impulse cars went for it on the last lap. They gave themselves one lap to race.
They are different team. They are Impulse, but different teams.
I think, though, when they're different teams, that's just because we have a rule in the league that you have a maximum of 3 drivers in a team.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a divide.
No, yeah, I mean, Solskjaer had the run, tried to get it done, and ultimately Costa. Yeah, really good race. Impulse and Sazy are looking like it's going to be a tough teams to beat. Can't rule out Team Checkmate. They're looking good. They've got lots of drivers, and obviously Colby and the Delta Sport. But then we lost a lot of drivers. Corey Lazarus, Philip Hammer. There was a lot that we lost. Origi. Yeah, PS competition aren't slow. There's lots of teams. I think this is going to be really good.
Yeah. Here are the warm-up results where no one set a time. Or the interlude that I call it. I can rename it actually to Interlude next week.
The interlude results.
Costa was winner though in the A final ahead of Soltasek, Varga, Toth, Warren, Vargas. Gebski was so good to finish in P7 ahead of Bubolk. Liska couldn't get past Bubolk. What a great battle between those two. Lazarus in P10. Hammer will be very frustrated. Honestly, I don't think there'll be a penalty against the driver who hit Hammer. I think it was probably Hammer's fault on the majority. We'll see what the stewards think about that one. Steve Clay's top of the amateurs ahead of Horg and Hudabai, all of them scoring very good points in the amateurs. We have quite a few retirements as well with that massive crash, I think, for Lane up T13 on lap 1. We will have a chat, I guess, with a couple of our drivers. Let's see who's joined us. We've got Steve Clays to have a chat with, and I'll have a chat with him now. Steve, congratulations. That is a very good points haul today. You must be delighted.
Hello, guys. Yes, I am very happy. That's an understatement, because I really didn't think this race would go well. In the previous week, where it was the official races, I was really, really bad, you know. I didn't do the times I wanted to do, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be a race. I'm not going to be in any final or whatever. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy.
Absolutely, yeah, you absolutely should be. Talk us through, I mean, it seemed like the heat was fairly simple. You sort of, like, took advantage of a few incidents ahead of you, got into P13. But talk about the B final, because that was some pretty close racing. I mean, what is it like when you're in that top 6 in terms of picking your battles? Because, you know, if you're in the top 6, you get into the A final, that's the main thing. But what was your mindset when you're in that top 6 in terms of who to battle and who to not battle?
Well, first, before I got to the B final, I got the little bump from, I think it was Daniel, I'm not sure anymore, in T1 when I was P10. So I thought, okay, I can let 1 or 2 pass and still be in top 12. But I got hit and 4 cars passed me. I was 13th. I was like, okay, don't worry, B final, front of the grid, so no problem. I tried to stay close to Gordon and Baptiste, who were in front of me, and I wanted to be in the top 6. First, I had some battle with faster guys, and I was like, okay, I want to be just in front. You never know what happens. And at the end, I was like, okay, just let them go. 4th, 5th, whatever. I'm in the A final. It's okay.
Yeah, certainly the wise thing to do, and yeah, well done on pointing out your heat, because yeah, there was a bit more to it than what I said with that. Yeah, really good start, and then yeah, unfortunately dropping back later on in the race. How are you feeling about this season? I mean, it looks very competitive, obviously, in the amateurs. Do you think you got a good shot at challenging for the title this season?
Well, I really hope so. I think I was only 5th because I had a bad Spa result, not a bad race, but a result. And yeah, I'm gonna give it my best shot. Monza is next, I think, and it's a long race. So I'm quite good at Monza, but the race always has to be driven. I'm gonna do my very best, and I saw that the guys who were in front of me in the standings did not make it to the A final. I don't think Gordon is just behind me or something. So I think I took quite some points. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, it was a very bad round, I think, for Lean Weigel in particular, and yeah, I don't think Patterson was here, and yeah, like you said, it wasn't great results for those other guys, so yeah, some really good points for you today. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Like always, you guys for putting up the show. Perfect. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you very much for the kind words, Steve, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay, see you at Monza. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, GG's.
Steve Clays there, your winner in the AMS.
Strong drive, really strong drive. Didn't look like a at all.
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more interviews, so we'll have a chat about our next round. It's Monza.
Love it.
And it's
hour-long.
The hour-long format, so a lot of fuel saving. This was, I think, the first ever hour-long race we did in this series. And I think it was a race where everyone sped on pit entry because no one ever does pit stops in this car.
Yeah.
Monza's quite a tricky pit lane anyway. And so there was just a lot of mistakes when it came to that stuff. And we might see the same thing again because, again, no one ever pits in this car.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to make for some great racing. I never understand the T1 memes for Monza. I think it's no more dangerous than Interlagos, for example. Yeah. I think this track makes for great racing. It's one of my... when people ask me, I never put it in my top 5, but when I actually come to racing, it's always in my top 5. Like the actual, you know what I mean, the racing. Whereas like Road America's the opposite. I'm not saying I don't love it, but I always put it in my top 5. But for racing, sometimes I can be just like a bit less excited about it. Yeah, so really excited. The calendar's really good for Porsche Cup actually. So yeah, going to be a good season. And lots of rain, question mark?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what the weather gods decide. It'd be good to get some rain. We haven't had any rain so far this season, so it'd be good to get some at some point. Well, that is pretty much it. I don't think we've got any more interviews now. So yeah, that'll be it for us tonight. Of course, make sure to tune in to the next round of the championship in a couple of weeks' time, which we were just discussing. Of course, every other Thursday, we do host the Apex Racing League Touring Car Britain.
Excellent.
So that will be next week. That'll be at Duxton next week. So really looking forward to that one. Plenty more stuff coming up on the channel as well. So just subscribe to Apex Racing TV and leave a like as well on this video so you're more likely to get recommended our videos in the future. Check out our social medias, of course, and check out all the links in the description below for Apex Racing simulators and Apex Racing Academy, SDK, and all of that good stuff. It would be great to give them some support. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, from David Sampson, and everyone here at the Apex Racing TV esports studio, we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you back next time at Monza. See you then.
Ciao.